reverse pairing is essentially pairing in reverse. I mean, it has the same strength to it. It is as easy to control and to shape with. It has one key advantage over regular pairing, which is the ability to fasten the work better. I use reverse pairing to the first couple of rounds and to separate the sticks. I prefer reverse pairing for that job. In the final locking round, I prefer to use regular pairing, but to really master this technique and learn it well, we are actually going to do the entire base. Some people actually weave whole bases out of reverse pairing. I think it might actually be more comfortable. I'm not really sure. I think it progresses slower, but I really like the ability to fasten the work in reverse pairing. So I think I prefer it to regular pairing for the most part. I think we can begin now. Now we're going to start from the front. Going from the front and to the back. Now the next one will go through the back, over the front, and we'll go back to the back, like that. From the back, over the front, to the back again. Now don't forget to make the first round very, very tight to really tighten everything out in the beginning, and to the back. Let's make another round through the back. Now our default is in the back. Both our weavers as a default are always going to start from the back, go to the front, and back to the back. This is the opposite of what we've done before with the regular pairing. This is reverse pairing. And back, front, and go back. And now we've finished our two rows, and we can start separating. Of course, we can make more than 2 rows if we feel like it, but this time I don't want to use too much of this leftover length, because I don't want to join. I prefer not to join before I finish separating. So we finished here. Now this one goes to the front and returns to the back. Now next weaver goes to the front. Maybe we can use our bodkin here. Alright. Now we haven't finished our move yet. And to the back. To the front. We have a little break there. Hopefully it will hold. And to the back. To the front. And to the back. Let's use some more white water here. Alright. This isn't tight enough. Let's use our bodkin here. Great. To the back. I actually prefer to pre-kink all of the sticks. It makes the work much more comfortable. So to the front and back to the back, to the front and back to the back. Once again, if you want to get it tighter, we may want to use our bodkin here. To the front and back to the back. Our default is in the back. To the front and to the back. Beautiful. So we're in the front, going back to the back. Now a lot of the fastening work here, the tightening work, is actually being done with the weavers themselves. And this, to me, this is the advantage of using reverse pairing. When you go to the front and you hold your weaver like this, you can really apply a great deal of force here and really tighten up and fasten up the work. So we went to the front and back to the back. Now when I'm going to the front, once again I pull in on it and it fastens the work. So when I reverse pair a base, I don't need to use my bodkin as much to tighten the work, to tighten the weave. This is in my way here. I don't know if you can see that. Right in between here. Got rid of it. Right, so in the front we haven't finished our move. We're going back to the back. To the front. Now we might actually use our bodkin here because it doesn't really sit all the way down. Right, we are in the front, we haven't finished our move yet. Going back to the back. If I feel that the weavers are getting breaky, I might actually twist them a little bit before each move, and this will prevent them from breaking. See how I fasten the work when I'm going to the front? Going to the front, fastening everything, tightening the work, and going back to the back. This is the big advantage of reverse pairing in bases for me. I think I would actually prefer to reverse pair a base than to use regular pairing because of this ability to apply force and really fasten the work nicely. Don't forget to slowly and carefully try to even out the spaces and to level all of the sticks so that they will be in the same height, and as I said earlier, I also like to create a small arch towards the bottom. Now sometimes when I get to the butt ends and I feel like it's hard to work with them, I actually work with my pliers like this. This allows me to apply more force, and it's easier on the hands. Alright, so one is finished already. I'm going to continue with these shorter and finer weavers now, because it's the spaces are still very small here, and the work is quite difficult. It requires finer weavers. Alright, I have to replace the second one now. Beautiful. Something I haven't talked about before is the line that is created here in between the sticks. You want to pay attention to have these lines to make a straight and neat line in between the sticks. I mean, I don't want this weaver here to go over the other one right here on the side. I want it to be right in the middle, like that. So this is another thing to pay attention to make your work finer, more beautiful. Now let's get rid of these annoying joins at the back here. As you can see, we have most of our joins here at a single area, at a single point. If this doesn't correct itself, you might want to break this pattern and join before the weavers get to their end at some other point here, at the other side, or at some other point, just to break that. But I actually see that these two are not going to finish there as well, so we're fine. I like to use these colors for the finer work, and the other one for the thicker ends, like these. nice. Alright. Now, the same as we've done before. We are getting in like that from the back towards the front side, like that, and weaving as we normally would. Next one comes from the back. We have to move that other one out of the way a little bit if we can, getting in front of it to the front. So this is going to be a pretty small base because we're going to actually join the side stakes 1 to 1, so we can't have our spaces too big. So we're going to just finish off with tips now. We're going to tip her away into nothing. Alright, I think that's enough. Actually, let's finish towards the back, like this. So that's one. Now the second one. Nice. So now all we have here are just, in the front side, are just these two cuts. And all the rest of the trimming is in the back, which will be the bottom side of the basket.